Okay, so testimonial for the quantum healing with the higher self notebook and whatnot. So it took me a while uh, because of some past trauma stuff and whatnot to be able to relax enough. Like even though my body was trying to relax, my heart was still like pounding pretty fast or whatever for a bit. But once I was able to get in enough, there was a certain point where Talmage is talking about the subconscious and allowing it to, bridge that gap to the higher self and whatnot. And then I started feeling like my body was disappearing, and I was just becoming like uh, a mode of thought or something. I'm no stranger to meditation. I've been doing it on and off for about 20 years, but I would reach a certain point, and then my own subconscious blocks and things would just stop me, and then I would stop or have to deal with some sort of thing, that issue that came up, and I didn't know how to deal with it. But anyway, so I've gotten into some pretty um, deep meditative states in the past and whatnot, but it's been a while. It's been a real long time. And anyways, once that happened, my heart was still beating kind of fast, and I was a little scared or whatever, and unsure. And then I got this vision, and I don't know if anyone has ever seen the first X-Men with, Hugh Jackman gets introduced as Wolverine and whatnot. So there's a scene where he meets Rogue for the first time, and he's in the car, and she's like, it's like cold outside, and he goes, "Here you go, kid, put your hands on the heater," and he goes to touch her hand or whatever to help her, and she pulls away, and he says, "I'm not going to hurt you, kid." And that's the scene that popped up in my head when I connected with the higher self. He's like, "I'm not going to hurt you, kid." And then I had this emotional upheaval that happened, and I felt much more at peace, and I knew everything was going to be okay, and I was able to kind of let things happen. And I stayed on a certain state or whatever in that state for a bit, and there was things going on in the body. And that was when I consciously was able to do it. There were other times where I was like, okay, well, I'm really tired and whatnot. I don't know if I'll be able to just do it consciously. So I just let it run in the background while I was sleeping. And I remember kind of like it was like a dream. And I was over at a friend's house. It's like I slept over or whatever. And he like put his hands on my chest or whatever. And in the dream, and he like healed something, which I did, in the area that I wrote down in the notebook, for the healing. And it was like, it was powerful. It was really, really powerful. It hurt, but it also felt good at the same time. And then I felt much better when I woke up. So that was pretty wild.